You know, every idea is like a little seed that is inside me, and I suppose that I have many seeds, and some of them start to grow and bother me, and then they become like an obsession. And then I know that I will probably write about that. Now, what is the book going to look like, or what is the story going to be like? I don't know. If it's a historical novel, I will do the research. If it's not, if it's just an idea of some kind, I sit down on January 8th and start writing. I write between 8 and 14 hours a day sometimes. So how long does it take? If the research takes very long, I don't even count it. I would say that in a year I should have a book done. Now, how much work I have done before, I don't know, a lot. I work with one thing at once, writing, but I can be writing, for example, a memoir and researching about Haiti to write The Island Beneath the Sea, and that's exactly what I did with my recent book. That in order to write the book, it needed a lot of research. I had done 2 years of research. I thought I was ready, and then on January 8th, I realized it wasn't there yet. And so I wrote in between a memoir, but I continued researching for the book. Well, actually, I started my first novel, The House of the Spirits, on January 8th, 1981, because I was living in exile in Venezuela, and my grandfather was dying in Chile, and I could not return to be with him. So I started a letter for him that turned into The House of the Spirits, my first novel. And it was a very successful book. So out of superstition and Kabbalah, I started the second book on the same date. But then my life got really complicated with book tours and press and correspondence and fan letters, and you know, it's complicated. And so now I have a foundation also, so I have to run a foundation, a family, and my office, plus writing. The way I do it is very schizophrenic. I divide the year in half, and the first half of the year, starting January 8th, is my inner time, the time of writing. It's a quiet, silent time of solitude. And then the rest of the year, I do what I have to do. The story. I love stories, and I do research. Let's say about my latest book, Island Beneath the Sea. I research what is today Haiti and New Orleans, the Caribbean, and then that leads me to research about the American Revolution and the French Revolution and what was happening with the pirates of the Caribbean, and it's like pieces that I sort of put together. And then I sit down on January 8th with all this research and all these pieces, and I know that I'm going to write about a woman slave. That's all I know. And I have sort of seen the woman. I know who she is. Now, what's going to happen to her, her story, I don't really know it. As I write, it starts to unfold. And then when the characters do things that are unexpected for me, then I know that the story has its own course, it's flowing. And how do the other characters come? As I need them. If I have a slave, of course I need a master. And I need a family, and I need other slaves, and I need people who will help this slave to find her freedom. I need someone who falls in love with her. So all that comes in the process. My desk is like a U. So I have my computer and lots of dictionaries because I write in Spanish and I live in English. And in the case of my latest book, everything happened in French, in a French colony. So I have books in French, dictionaries in French, in English, in Spanish, and I work like that. And then I have all my research around me, and my office has all the walls covered with my first editions, and photographs of the people I love, dead and alive, and that's it. It's messy.